Oh, 3, 2, 1.
I think we started recording before she counted us down.
Hello.
Good morning, Becky.
Good morning, Bonnie.
Don't you look festive today?
Yeah.
I love the hats.
It's Halloween, here trick or treat on this Saturday in most places.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready for Halloween. This is my witch's hat.
You are definitely in the mood.
Yes, I am. I tried to find a mask, but I couldn't find any that I could work in, so I didn't do that.
No.
You just have to put this mask.
Well, as long as you're staying in your own house, you don't have to have a mask on, so we're good.
It's true. Not going trick or treating. Yeah.
So what kind of fun are we doing today?
Okay, today we're going to do a pumpkins, oats, and we're going to do a pumpkin spice pancakes.
Ooh.
And we're going to do a Brussels sprout breakfast, a hash breakfast.
Okay, you had me with all of the pumpkin, yes. Then we went to Brussels sprouts. You're going to have to convince me.
Okay, I'll convince you, I promise.
Okay, gotcha.
First of all, I'm going to give you a little education on oats. There's different kinds of oats. The one I use is actually steel cut oats. Steel cut oats, they are oat groats that have been cut only once or twice, and they're relatively unprocessed. So that's your oat groats, and that's what I'm using today is the steel cut oats. Now your steel cut oats, you have to cook longer. So okay. I usually water it's 2 to 1. So I put like 2 cups of water to 1 cup of oats if I want a bunch of oats, or 1 cup of water to a half a cup of oats, which I did today. And you let them you let the water come to a boil. You add your oats. You turn it down to a very low and let it cook for 8 minutes on very, very low.
Okay.
Now, that cooks your oat groats, your steel cut oats, and they're real chunky. So that's the healthiest because they haven't been processed so much. But they said don't underestimate your other oats. So there's an old-fashioned oats, and it's just like this one. It's oat groats, but they have been steamed, and then they roll them out to make them flat, and they're really flat.
Okay. The only difference?
Yes, that's your old-fashioned oats.
Okay.
Now, when you cook these, you need to do the same thing. You need to the water and the oats about the same way, and then you cook these about 5 minutes. And then you have your quick cooking oats. Now, quick cooking oats is all chopped up. It is your rolled oats, but they have chopped them up. So this cooks in 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
So this is your difference in oats. But today we're going to be using steel cut oats. Now you could use these other 2 if you wanted, but today we're not. So
is there a reason why you would use one or the other?
Some recipes calls for quick cooking oats. I think no bake cookies. You can do the quick oats or the old fashioned oats, either one. One's a little chewier. The ones that are rolled out flatter and not chopped are a little chewier, but you could use one, but it's the recipe. I like steel cut oats because they're a little healthier. They give you a little more fiber and they give you a little more nutrition. So this is, and I like the texture. So that's why I use steel cut oats. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I did this up ahead just because it had to cook for 8 minutes. And what I did was I took 1 cup of water and I let it come to a boil. I had added a half a cup of my steel cut oats and I stirred them in there. I let that cook for 8 minutes with the lid on because you want them to sort of steam and cook in there. Right. So when the 8 minutes was up, I added a half a cup of pumpkin, just canned pumpkin. And that's what we're going to be using today in our recipes is canned pumpkin. So I put a half a cup of canned pumpkin. I put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, and just a pinch of salt. And I just turned it on just about another minute or so. I stirred that all in, put the lid on, let it cook for another minute. And that's just because of the pumpkin. So when that was done, I let them set. Now, you can put whatever sweetener you want in here. I put no sweetener. I don't know if you can see these. Aren't those lovely? I didn't put any sweetener in them, but I'm going to. There's my oats.
Okay. Do they look like pumpkin? Let me see. Is it the same color as pumpkin?
It's brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Believe me, these are delicious. So on top of my oatmeal, I'm going to add some cran raisins. Now you can just add raisins. A lot of times I add just the raisins. So let me put some cran raisins.
Cranberry raisins.
Yep. But you can use whatever you want. You know, like, what's the name brand one? Can't think of it. So I'm going to add just a few pecans for crunch on top.
Oh, now you're talking.
And then on top of that, I'm just going to put some honey. I'm using honey today. I like maple syrup in mine. Now you can use brown sugar. I don't like them real sweet, so we're going to use a little honey today. So let's put a little honey on top.
Ooh.
And that's the sweetness.
Okay, you haven't done anything I disagree with yet.
Look at that. Isn't that lovely?
That looks great.
What a beautiful breakfast. Makes me feel witchy.
You look a little witchy, so we're good.
We are good. So that's the oats. Like I say, it just takes a little time with the steel cut oats, but you could use the quick oats and do sort of the same type of thing. Just don't let it cook long.
That's a nice, easy breakfast, though, that doesn't take too long and nice and filling. So that's a good fall breakfast, especially with pumpkin.
Yeah. Very healthy, very filling. Yes. Yes. Very good.
Okay.
The next thing I'm going to convince you, Bonnie, is that the Brussels sprout breakfast hash is delicious. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take some convincing here. Okay.
Now, I bought a bag of Brussels sprouts. Now, some people may not like Brussels sprouts, and that may be you, Bonnie. You can substitute the Brussels sprouts for just about anything. Yesterday, I made one of these hashes, and I don't know why I'm all into this, but for breakfast, I did it with sweet potatoes. So, but today we're using Brussels sprouts.
So you made it with sweet potatoes yesterday instead of the Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But let me talk about Brussels sprouts, and I'll tell you how I did the sweet potatoes. But the Brussels sprouts come like this. They look like little cabbages.
Okay.
And we're just going to cut them up. So we want to take some of those outer leaves off is all I do. I did rinse the ones that I chopped up and put in my hash. Now, you can just use your knife and cut your Brussels sprouts up. Or I use my food processor. So it's up to you. So all you want to do is just chop them up. So just chop them up. You can leave them this way, or you can just chop them up. Mine's actually chopped up a little more. So you just want a nice chop of your Brussels sprouts, okay?
Like, taste them.
Yeah. So what I did, let me tell you what I did. I took a cast iron skillet, which I love my cast iron skillet, and I cooked some bacon. I took half a pound of bacon, chopped it into little inch pieces, and I fried it in my cast iron skillet. And there was a covering of bacon grease in the bottom. Okay. So when the bacon was done, I took it off and I put it on a paper towel to drain. Okay. And then I took my skillet and I put one onion. It calls for three cloves of garlic, but I cut that back a little.
That's a lot.
Just for my husband and for me too, maybe. But I put 1 clove of garlic in my onion and I let them cook until the onion became translucent, a little softer.
Right.
As soon as that was done, I dumped all of my shredded Brussels sprouts in. And I stirred that for about 3 minutes and let that all cook together. To that, I also added a half a teaspoon of pepper, and I added a little bit of salt. So I let that all cook together. And as soon as that was done, 2 to 3 minutes, I made 4 little whole pockets in my hash. And
Okay.
I added an egg. See the eggs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I stuck this in a 350 oven to let the eggs cook. It took about 10 minutes for the eggs to set. You want them a little jiggly in the middle if you want your eggs a little runny. So I let it cook for about 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes. And then I took it out of the oven. And of course I sprinkled bacon on top. Look at that. I put a little more salt and pepper. It does say you can put some red pepper flakes, but I didn't. I know my husband wouldn't like the red pepper flakes, so I left that off. I think when he heard Brussels sprouts, he did the same thing you did, Bonnie. Yuck.
Maybe it was just the Brussels sprouts and the hash thing and all of that stuff. Those are just words I don't usually use.
Brussels sprouts are very healthy. So you're getting a good healthy meal with an egg. I don't know why I'm all into these hashes, but they're so good for breakfast. They're nice and filling. I ate a late breakfast yesterday about 10:30. I didn't eat again till almost 3 o'clock. I just wasn't hungry after I'd eaten a filling breakfast like that.
Well, the eggs and the bacon saved it. That's all I can say, because anything with eggs or bacon in it, I'm good with.
We'll taste it here in a minute. The one
Okay.
I did yesterday, what I did is I took 1 sweet potato and I peeled it and I chopped it up pretty fine. And then I rubbed olive oil on it and I stuck it in my toaster oven. Now you can put it in the oven, or you could probably even cook it in your cast iron skillet too. But I wanted to cook it and crunch it up just a little, make it crisp. So I actually put it in my toaster oven. And when it was just about done, I'd done the same thing. I added the bacon and the onions and cooked that all together. And then I put my eggs in it. So I did the same thing.
Exactly.
Except
just add it.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of the Brussels sprouts, you use sweet potatoes.
Yeah. What got me started on this several years ago is Bob Evans has a roast beef hash that is excellent on their breakfast menu. And I have done this recipe instead of bacon, I've used roast beef. So you could use any kind of meat, but like you said, bacon makes everything wonderful. It does. So anyway, this is our hash, and we'll get into that in just a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Move on, witchy woman.
Witchy woman. Okay, we're going to do pancakes. So let me preheat my griddle and hope this warms up quick enough.
Pancakes are always a good choice.
Yeah, let me set this on the back.
Okay.
Okay, this is an easy recipe. So when you've got your grandkids over, Bonnie, this would be an excellent breakfast. Easy.
Okay.
This is actually instant pancake mix.
Okay. Well, definitely easy.
Someone gave me a big bag of pancake mix. So I've got to use this up. So I think this is an excellent way to use some of it up. So I'm working on this bag, working on it.
You're going to have a lot of pancakes.
I do. Pancakes, and I think you can do other things in it with it too, but I'm working on it. So you may see that pancake mix show up again.
I wonder if you could use that in place of like Bisquick or something like that.
Yeah, there's a few other things. Yeah, a few other things in Bisquick, but it would be really close. I would have to look that up and see what the difference is.
Well, you definitely have plenty. So
yes. So we'll work through that. Maybe I'll invite you out for pancakes, right?
Okay, I'll be out.
You can sit on the front porch and I'll just keep throwing them at you.
Well, how's the syrup going to work?
I'll throw you a bottle.
Okay, thanks.
So what I started with here is 2 cups of pancake mix.
Okay.
Like I say, any instant pancake mix, this is what I started with. Okay, to this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
I've got my pumpkin pie spice all together. I thought I was going to run short on pumpkin pie spice. So I looked it up, and if you want to make your own pumpkin pie spice, what's in it is 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, 3/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, and a teaspoon of ginger, and you get this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, if you don't have it, that's how you make it. Okay,
well, that's good to know.
I'm going to add this to my pumpkin or my pancake mix, and I'm just going to stir that all around, get it all incorporated. Man, that smells good already.
Oh, I know it has to smell good.
Yeah. Okay. And then to that, they suggested that you add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, I don't think that's necessary. I'm not a big brown sugar or sweet girl anyway, so I only added about 1.5 tablespoons. So let's mix that up. Yeah, it may not turn out as sweet as some people would like, but just add more maple syrup on top. Okay, so our brown sugar is in there. Now I'm going to add 1.3 cups of just water.
Okay.
So add my water.
Pancake mix right anyway.
Yep. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of canned pumpkin.
This is all looking pretty yummy.
Yeah. Wait till we get butter and all the yummy stuff on it.
On the porch?
Yeah, on the porch.
I'll get my broom out. I'll be down.
Hey. I seen a thing on Facebook the other day. Someone had pictured a broom alongside the road, and someone said, "Up, sister, down." I thought that was funny. Okay, it's all coming together, looking like pancake mix. I get all this together. Looky here. Can you see that?
That actually looks yummy. You don't put eggs or anything in that?
Nope.
Just the pumpkin.
Yep. Usually your instant pancake mix, you don't have to put eggs. So,
Nope.
Okay. Now, let's see if my griddle's hot enough. Let me put that out of the way. I think it's hot enough. Now I'm going to get twisted up in the cord. Okay, it's hot. I'm going to use a little cooking spray, and let's see if that works. It's really steaming. I'm going to turn that down just a little. So I'm going to put on a little cooking spray and see if that's enough oil. And I'm going to use a little scoop. So I'm going to scoop it out. And it's sizzle. Hear it sizzle?
I do. Now those look a little chunky, or they look a little thick. Is that?
I'll thin them out here.
Okay.
How's that? Look better?
They look yummy. And I can imagine they smell good too, because all of that stuff smells good.
It smells like pumpkin pie. Let me put that down. I forgot to get a spatula. Let me get a spatula. Okay. Who doesn't love pancakes on a crisp fall morning, huh?
Hey, I love pancakes for dinner. I love having breakfast for dinner. So it'd be a perfect nighttime when it's getting dark at 6 o'clock.
Yep. Yep.
Nice pancakes and snuggle in and be warm.
Okay. I turned it down. That was probably a mistake. They're cooking. So anyway, while my pancakes cooked, is there anything new at the O'Neill Center in Belpre, Bonnie?
We have some things happening. I mean, we are selling ornaments to decorate a tree in Marietta, and we're posting that on the Facebook page. We are also doing a toy donation. We have bins for toy donations. Man, that's harder to say than I thought. So in Marietta and Belpre, we're going to have big barrels for toy donations. There's a lot of information on the websites. The ornaments are $10 a piece, and you can use them for in memory of a loved one, or just for grandkids, or whatever you want to do them for. So that's something that Erin O'Neill, who actually is named O'Neill at the O'Neill Center, but she's kind of taken on that project, and she's making ornaments, and it's going to be a great fun project. So something to look for on the website. And I have forms and Belpre if anybody wants to stop in and get one, and if they want to have their own ornament for a tree in Marietta.
So do they can stop in at O'Neill Center on 3rd Street and drop off their name and the money, right?
It's actually on 4th Street, but yes.
Yeah. Wrong street. I knew it was there.
Yeah. There's going to be in both locations, O'Neill Center in Marietta and the Belpre Senior Center.
Okay.
So it's exciting to start thinking about the holidays, and
it is,
and looking forward to something, and just having a pleasant atmosphere to think about.
You see those browning up? Aren't they pretty?
I see them pancaking up, and they look orange and they look pumpkin-y. So
I can't wait to eat them. I haven't been eating. I've been trying to cut back on my carbohydrates, so I haven't eaten anything like this for about a week. So this is going to taste really good.
Oh, they're calling your name right now.
They are calling my name. Okay, let me start getting my plate all ready here. I'm going to move these to the back table again.
This wouldn't have gone nearly as well without the hat.
It just adds something, doesn't it? Okay. And of course,
that's the fun part.
Yeah. And of course, pancakes, you got to have butter, and you got to have, I use real maple syrup because I just like it. Let's see, what else my hash.
Are you going to have that with pancakes?
Yeah, it's going to be all together, because this is going to be savory. Look at that. Yummy, yummy.
We're doing savory and sweet. Oh.
Sweet. So let me get my pancakes.
I'm not sure you should put those on the same plate.
You don't think so? Oh, come on. No adventure to you, none.
You're going to ruin something.
So let me put a little butter on my pancakes. And let me put a little bit of syrup. A little bit of syrup. And if it goes over into my hash, that's fine. A little syrup. And I have my oats.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. This is probably more than I would eat. Look at that.
That's a hearty breakfast. A hearty breakfast.
Just a second. Let me taste the pancakes, because I'm dying to pancakes.
I'll be proud of you.
Good. Okay, do they taste like pumpkin?
That's the big part.
Oh my goodness.
Is it that good?
It's that good.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
That pumpkin and the spice. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just wonderful.
Oh, I love pumpkin pancakes anyway. Those are my favorites this time of year.
This is easy. You can do this anytime. Now let me jump over and taste the hash. So let me get my egg here. And I've let my egg set, so it's gotten a little hard, but that's okay. This is my hash. Yeah, they go together.
Are they? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to just believe you.
I like the fact the hash is really savory. and the pancakes are really sweet. So the two together is just wonderful.
So
Now
what
let
are
me
you tasting in the hash though? Is it coming up the egg flavor, or are you tasting the Brussels sprouts a lot?
Brussels sprouts, bacon and Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
It's not like overwhelming, but it's there. So you have
Okay.
different layers of flavor. The egg, not so much. Like I said, I let this set a little longer. I would have liked my egg runny,
Right.
but it's still really good. That bacon and Brussels sprouts really comes through. Now let me taste my oats.
I think you already tasted the oats. You're just showing off.
I am. That is wicked good. Wicked good.
Wicked good. I
Mm.
like that. It is wicked good.
Oh, Bonnie. Of course, I haven't had anything sweet for a long time, so that oats and those pancakes are just wonderful.
Okay, well, I'll take the oats and the pancakes, and you can have the hash.
Okay.
We'll all be witchy happy.
You really need to taste it. So don't give up on sprouts. Don't give up on them.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is my breakfast this morning.
Kind of almost brunch, so that'll be a good brunch.
Yep. Next week, you guys always get whatever I want to eat. So next week, I want to eat a Cobb salad.
Oh.
So I'm going to fix a nice Cobb salad. Now, I'll probably do something else too, but I am really hungry. So often I would go out to eat. I would get a Cobb salad if I went out to eat, but we haven't been going out to eat hardly at all.
No.
So I'm having to fix things at home that I would have eaten out. And one of the things is a Cobb salad. I love a good Cobb salad.
Oh, I do too. We've been talking about me coming to your house and recording one time from your house.
You want a Cobb salad?
So maybe we should talk about that for next week.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay, gotcha.
Well,
it's been fun. I love your witchy hat, of course, and the food is perfect as always. I mean, anything pumpkin, I'm going for. I'll take your word for it on the hash, but it still looks like a good healthy recipe.
It is a very good healthy recipe. It's very low in carbohydrates, which I'm trying to do right now. The pancakes not so much, but the hash is low in carbohydrates. But when you mix the two, you get a good mix.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to stay healthy.
You're saying what?
Healthy, independent, and productive. So
that's hip.
Hip, right, Bonnie? Hip.
You're staying hip right now.
I am.
Well, we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a happy Halloween.
You do the same.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Be safe.
Be safe. Bye.
Bye.